see, the question we need to ask ourselves in the midst of our impatience is, are you willing to believe in a God that won't live up to your expectations? Now, before you answer yes too quickly or get offended by the question, let's also ask ourselves which one of Jesus' thorns are our possession. Because you see, when hope is fading quickly and the situation you face is dim, He doesn't want you to have faith in His ways. He wants your faith in Him. We asked Him to leave us alone, but what He gave us instead was only His blood. John the Baptist had a question when his life was looking grim. And if anyone deserved an answer from the Lord, then it was him. But Jesus seemed to deflect and just send the glory up to God. And so we assume John was unhappy with the answer that he got. We asked him for just this one thing, but what he gave us instead was only his blood. They loved the miracles performed and the views he had on freedom. They loved the free food and wine, and so they asked if he would lead them. What they meant was, could they use him? But God is not what you expect. Because while they planned to make him king, he had a plan to take on death. We asked him to do it our way, but what he gave us instead was only his blood. But something happened on that cross that no angel had ever seen. You see, the physical and spiritual world slightly overlapped, with the cross right in between. And as they cast lots for his clothing and mocked him while he was dying, on the other side of the cross, he was talking to Satan, and he was smiling. Satan looked confused as every angel sang a haunting hymn. And that's when he realized for the first time ever, the Lord was taunting him. Jesus said, I choose to lay down my life for them, but it isn't finished yet. You see, I won't give up my final breath until you bring me sin and death. And when they arrived, finally, he had found someone who wanted only his blood. As Jesus spoke to those around him and took care of his next of kin, there were parallel conversations happening in the spiritual realm with Satan, death, and sin. Now, there's no need to go into detail because it's all just a facade and might painfully remind us of ourselves when it was us who hated God. As his breathing became more labored and his energy was diminished, in both worlds simultaneously he announced, it is finished. That's when they knew something was wrong. I mean, you could see it and you could hear it. The moment Jesus spoke, Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. You see, the funny thing with pride is it'll blind you to the ways of sin. That's why they didn't realize that everything created takes its place in him. And so he sacrificed his soul and body because he counted up the cost. His name is Jesus, best author ever. He took creation to the cross. And without asking, we finally saw it. It wasn't only his blood. It was only his blood.